Hey, here's something really funny. We know historically that the business environment is better when a Democrat is in the White House. Job growth is stronger when there's a Democrat in the White House. Unemployment is lower with a Democrat in the White House. GDP growth is higher. Stock market performance is better with a Democrat in the White House. We know all that. But it's really funny when you get a couple of right-wingers together. In this case, it's Fox Business host Stuart Varney and Republican National Committee Chair Michael Whatley. That's not Tim Whatley, the dentist from Seinfeld. This is Michael Whatley. And they agree that what Kamala Harris wants to do with this new small business startup cost deduction is a good idea. They're agreeing she has a good economic idea. Listen to this.
It's hard to think that she's going to walk back on all of that right now.
I just want to press the point. When a political candidate comes up with what I think is a good idea, I have to call it a good idea. And a $50,000 tax cut for small, not tax cut, but a tax credit for startups or small businesses, coupled with less red tape. I got to say, that is a good idea, regardless of our other tax ideas.
While that may be a good idea, it's hard to see how she's going to move forward with it, and she certainly is not going to reduce red tape.
So Whatley acknowledges it is a good idea. I doubt she'll do it, but it is a good idea, and I just don't know that I believe she's going to do it. This is an uncontroversially good idea. Make it easier for startup businesses to deduct initial expenses, most of which are already deductible, but she wants to expand that. When you lower, this is what Republicans claim to like. When you lower financial barriers to entering and starting a new business, more individuals will start businesses. When you reduce the cost of starting a business, the entrepreneur or the business owner can allocate capital more efficiently towards productive ventures rather than the constraint of those initial costs. Startups often require goods and services to get going. When you stimulate more new businesses, they then stimulate other local businesses by going to them for the products and services they need to start their business. Tax deductions lower the net real upfront financing requirements in order to get the business going. Another way in which you're reducing barriers to entry, and not to mention, we talk about the business environment and employment numbers being stronger when there's a Democratic president. When a startup is successful, it hires additional employees. The right loves to tell you, if you just cut income taxes for the rich, it stimulates employment. We don't have evidence of that. For the most part, when you give a tax cut to people with a low marginal propensity to consume, meaning they don't really need any more money to fund their lives, they just save it. And while that money can be loaned out in the form of new loans, it is not nearly as economically stimulative as increasing the cash on hand or direct money available to those with a higher marginal propensity to consume. New businesses often need every single dollar that they have. And so that is a tax deduction that would have a very positive and stimulative effect. So listen, it's Stuart Varney saying it is a good idea. And it's Michael Whatley saying it's a good idea, but I don't really believe that Kamala Harris is going to do it. When you actually look through a lot of Kamala Harris's proposals, it's not that Republicans should like them because they are, quote, conservative. I don't even think there's much conservative left about this Republican Party. They should like them because a lot of these proposals do the thing they claim to want to do with their tax cuts for the rich, which is improve the business environment, stimulate innovation and new businesses, and actually generate a multiplier effect by creating business entities that then themselves will go and become customers of other small and medium-sized businesses. So I'm glad they're admitting it. I don't know to what degree this sort of fine-grained detail will make it onto the debate stage next week. I hope it does. And I will be live streaming the debate. I hope you'll join me starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on September 10th. That is Tuesday, for the Harris-Trump presidential debate, which I can only imagine is going to be absolutely fascinating. Let's take a very quick break and then we'll continue. There are two big problems with the cheap plastic disposable razors. 2/3 of people have skin irritation, And then over 2 billion plastic razors enter our landfills in the United States alone. Now, our sponsor, Henson Shaving, solves both problems. With the plastic disposable razors, you have unstable blades wobbling around as you shave, which causes the irritation. It's like if you were cutting something with scissors or a knife and the blade is wiggling. That's what's happening to your face with the cheap razors. So here's the solution. Razors produced by Henson have a blade that extends only 0.0013 inches past the shave plane. And that means no blade movement, more comfort before and after shaving. This is something only Henson can offer because of their precision manufacturing shop that also makes aerospace parts. Plus, the only part that you replace is the blade itself. The razor will last you a lifetime. Better for your wallet, much better for the planet. When you buy a razor at hensonshaving.com/Pacman, use the code Pacman to get a 2-year supply of blades for free. Make sure to add the blades to your cart. The link is in the description.